In this video you will learn how you can use positive psychology techniques in the classroom to make your students happier. The idea of positive psychology has been around now for a number of years. It's not a fad or simply about having a positive mental attitude. This is actually backed by research in many studies that look to enhance well-being and happiness. Before we dive in, if you're interested in learning more about NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and how it can help you as a teacher or in your personal life, well, check out this video for more information about my unique course, NLP for Teachers, Highly Effective Teaching. Packed full of ideas, NLP strategies and NLP tools that work on a profound level to alter beliefs, attitudes and behaviours. Positive psychology gives the best and most uplifting things that people can do to enhance their well-being and become happier and live a more fulfilling life. Ask any parent about what they want for their child and they will mention happiness, friendship, health, fulfillment and contentment. More and more schools are recognising this and are committed not just towards the academic success of their students but to the well-being and happiness of their whole school community. I have worked with one school in South Australia who has a dedicated lesson called Well-being. They use a journal to help students increase their awareness of self and increase well-being. Martin Seligman, a leading light in positive psychology who wrote the book Authentic Happiness and over 250 publications, defines positive education as: positive education is defined as education for both traditional skills and happiness. The high prevalence worldwide of depression among young people, the small rise in life satisfaction and the synergy between learning and positive emotion all argue that these skills for happiness should be taught in schools. There is substantial evidence from well-controlled studies that skills that increase resilience, positive emotion, engagement and meaning can be taught to school children. The evidence is there. We should be teaching this stuff in our schools. Now, firstly, the shocking statistics. Depression is about 10 times more common now than it was 50 years ago. Secondly, there's been a nominal increase in happiness over the last 2 generations. And finally, greater well-being enhances learning. A positive outlook produces a broader attention, creative thinking and more holistic thinking. So, can it be taught in schools? Well, yes. Seligman's research team has been spending much of the last 20 years using rigorous methods to enhance well-being. The Penn Resilience Program was developed to prevent symptoms of depression and anxiety and to increase levels of optimism and well-being. So what are some of the simple things you can do to enhance the well-being of your students? Here's an exercise your students can do. It's called 3 Good Things. Instruct students to keep a journal. At the end of each day, they are to write 3 things that happened that day that were really good. For example, they may say that they answered a really tough question in the maths today, or at break time and recess they actually played basketball, or something small. They could say that they got an invite to a birthday party. Now this exercise can be done verbally with reception and Year 1 students, or obviously with the older students and written down in a journal. With the more advanced groups, you can get them to answer a question next to each positive event. They can write, why did this good event happen? What does it mean to them? They can then suggest how they can have more of this in the future. Another simple exercise is to get students to compliment one another, or you could even create a gratitude jar where students write a sentence of something they are grateful about. They then go into a jar at the end of the week and they're read out to the class. A teacher at Geelong Grammar School in Australia who teaches 6-year-olds starts his day in a semicircle with all his students facing him. And hands shoot up when he asks the question, "Children, what went well last night?" Eager to share what's happened, students say things like, "Well, we had my favourite meal, spaghetti," or "I played a game with my brother and won." And what's more enlightening is when the teacher asks why is it important to share what went well, students don't hesitate and say it makes them feel good. Another more structured way to develop positive thinking is to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. The easiest way to do this is to create a gratitude journal where students are able to write their gratitudes for the day. Perhaps they could draw some things that they are grateful for, or even write a gratitude poem. This simple exercise, if done daily, can have a huge impact on the way students think. In fact, when they get used to it, they start to go through the day looking for things to be grateful for. Okay, just to recap then, positive education is when we teach students about positive psychology and teach them tools and techniques to enhance resilience, positive emotion, engagement and increase well-being. If you're interested in another technique to increase the well-being of yourself and the students you teach, click this link to the video and learn an open eye meditation that will change the way you think, feel and act. Also, if you or your school are interested in my course, NLP for Teachers, Highly Effective Teaching, then go to the video description where you'll find a link that will take you directly to the course. Finally, please subscribe and click the notifications button to receive more great videos like this one. Okay, take it easy, have a good one.